guys, happy Thursday. So I have no idea what's going on with YouTube, and I really hope this video posts okay. Because for whatever reason, the two videos I posted on Monday, one for Monday, one for Wednesday, both of them had issues going up. So I'm really going to apologize for that. But I did put them both up on Monday, so I was really confused why the Monday one didn't go up. And then it said that the Tuesday one was scheduled, so I was like, cool. Or Wednesday one. And then Wednesday I realized this one hasn't gone up yet. What's going on? And once again, I had to like delete it, reload it, like do all kinds of crazy stuff. And sometimes when I delete it and then I reload it, YouTube is like, oh, you've already submitted this video. And I'm like, ugh. So I have to go in and re-edit it. It's just not pretty. It just stresses me out. But anyhow, so y'all are here for my weigh-in. And here you go. So you might have noticed I'm back to using the old scale. I did send back the other one to Amazon. Every single week it didn't seem like the weight was changing. None of the other numbers were changing, but yet I was seeing changes on the other scale. And I was seeing changes in my body. And I was doing things like increasing my fiber, increasing my protein, drinking tons of water. And I was like, I know these things are changing. And yet in a month, my hydration hasn't changed one bit. When I'm drinking half my body weight in ounces every single day, like that doesn't make any sense. That should be at least adjusting, changing. I even tried standing on it, and I was like checking it like every other day because I was like, wow, let me see if it shows any difference. I just want to see. I don't care about the weight. I care about the other numbers because I was actively increasing those things and nothing changed. So I decided, granted it wasn't an expensive scale, but still, there's no point in me having a scale that costs me even $1 if it doesn't work. So I did send that back to Amazon. I'm not keeping that scale. It's not working. So I'm going to stick with the one I've been with since day one. It seems to be my tried and true. It always seems to tell me the truth, like it or not. So I'm going to stick with what works. That being said, as you notice, I had a huge weight loss this week. Huge. There's two parts to that weight loss, though, that you need to keep in mind. 10 pounds is a lot in a week. But I have had issues with some water retention for the last couple weeks. My measurements were going down. Like I have a pair of pants yesterday that I wore that I have to get rid of because they're falling off of me as of yesterday. When I did the elimination diet, I noticed a difference in my size, which I shared with you guys. The cleanse thing. It's a cleanse / elimination diet. And as soon as I went back to regular food, I noticed immediately inflammation. A lot of it. A lot. And I thought, okay, there is definitely something I have not yet taken out of my diet that needs to be addressed. I just got to figure out what it is. So I backed up on the cleanse a little bit and took everything back out and just, because I kind of implemented two things at the same time, which you're really not supposed to do. I've come to the conclusion it is definitely gluten that is causing me inflammation. And what I did immediately following that was remove gluten immediately. I went out and bought all the stuff to make my own gluten flour. Of course, after buying all the stuff to make my own gluten flour, I went to a store and found gluten-free flour, which kind of ticked me off, if I'm being honest. And so now I'm being way more conscientious of the gluten in my diet. So I think the combination of the fact that I had inflammation and I was retaining water because of this new addition stuff and all this other stuff that was going on, I honestly feel like a lot of that weight loss is water weight and inflammation weight. I don't feel like a lot of it is, it's probably 3 or 4 pounds of actual weight loss, don't get me wrong. But my body needed to get rid of the crap I've been eating that isn't working for my body. And that's why I always say, don't go on a diet. Don't be like, oh, I'm doing keto. Oh, I'm doing paleo. Like I tell people, I make paleo recipes. I make keto recipes. Both of them are pretty healthy recipes. I go for calories, protein, fat amounts, that kind of thing. That's what I look at when I pick a recipe. I don't care whose diet it's on. If it's good and it meets the calories that I need to have for the day, then I eat it. Like that's the way it works. So I definitely have made a superior effort in being open to all foods that might help me. I've leaned a little more plant-based than meat-based. I honestly haven't had red meat in quite some time, and I'm okay with that. Like, it doesn't bother me. Haven't had any pork at all. I made a meatloaf last night that was supposed to have pork meat in it. I substituted turkey meat, and it was really good. I'm actually going to put that meatloaf recipe at the end of this one. I do have another recipe coming tomorrow too. But I got that out of my Whole Foods cooking book. It was really, really good. It was delicious. So it's a big meatloaf though. So I mean, it probably feeds a family of like 6. I literally have a half meatloaf in there right now, and there's 3 of us. So 5 or 6 people probably easily could be fed with that meatloaf. Um, but it was really good. And it wasn't super spicy, but it had a lot of flavor. And it's a really great way to hide vegetables. If you have kids that don't like vegetables, just don't let them see you coarsely grating the eggplant, not the eggplant, the zucchini and the corn and the carrot, and they won't even notice it's in there really for the most part. So I highly recommend that if you're trying to put vegetables into your kids' meals. It's amazing. But yeah, so it was a super healthy meatloaf. My son has no idea there was vegetables in it. He supposedly hates carrots and zucchini and eggplant. Nope, zucchini. I said the right thing the first time. Why am I thinking about eggplant? I hate eggplant. But anyhow, maybe I don't anymore. I don't know. We'll find out someday, just not today. But yeah, so overall, I mean, it's just been really great to kind of find some more stuff that my body's not handling well and getting rid of it and seeing this kind of result really fast. Just as a quick chit chat, I wanted to kind of discuss something that has come from my health coaching. And it's a reason why a lot of people are overweight. Like, yes, there are people who have medical weight loss, but this still applies to those people. Because a lot of us are overweight because pain is what creates these sabotaging behaviors that we get that end up causing us to be overweight. So whether it is we don't eat enough, we eat too much, we don't eat the right foods because we have comfort foods, or we're on medication so it makes us gain weight and it makes it harder for us to lose weight, whatever your reasoning for gaining weight, usually pain is somewhere related in there. And one of the things I've had to do through this process is identify the things in my life that have affected me long term and forgive myself for my part in them and forgive the person who did it to me. And I'm not forgiving them for them. I'm not forgiving them to their face. I'm not telling them, oh, I forgive you. Like, that's not happening. I'm forgiving them in my heart so that I can move past it. And I have found that to be an amazingly transformative thing in my life in general. I feel like it's part of what's helped me lose weight this far. And overall, I think it's just super important that, we recognize if you're someone who's trying to lose weight and you're struggling, are you struggling because of not having the tools? Well, if you don't have the tools, then a health coach or something like that would be great. If you do have the tools and you're still struggling, how are you sabotaging yourself? Like, what are you doing? What are you choosing to do instead of succeed? And why don't you want to succeed? Like, for me in the beginning, before I started really losing weight, when I would try before, I had so many fears about the success of losing weight, that it literally creamed me out from doing it. Like, there was just no way I was going to succeed with the mindset I had. The mindset I had was, if I succeed, what will my life be like? I don't remember what it was like being thin because I've been thin. I was thin before my kids and in the beginning of my kids, but not after that. Because of my PCOS and being on steroids and everything else for allergic reaction and all this other stuff, I couldn't recall what it was like to be healthy and thin. And not the same thing, because I used to be skinny in high school, but then I was like an average, I was like size 12, before I got pregnant the first time. I wasn't super skinny, but a size 12 was great for me. Like, it was a good size for me. And so that fear of not knowing, having to figure out who I was, having to hold myself accountable, like, there were so many fears going on in my head, that I set myself up to fail. And I really don't want to see other people do that. So, you know, if you're somebody who is looking into health coaching, trying a cleanse, definitely message me on Instagram. I can send you my Facebook page. Or I'll try to post it below if I can. If I don't, I'll try to come back and remember to do it. Because I'm literally going to finish this, set it to post, and run to get my son from work, run to get my husband from work, come back, start dinner. We've got a thunderstorm starting, so let's pray the light stuff out. And I've got a bunch of stuff I'm doing today. But I've had to like really kind of work through the why don't I do A, B, or C. And that's something that's something I've worked through myself. And it's something right now I'm learning how to really implement with my clients, for that accountability aspect, to overcome self-sabotage. Because it's something I kind of struggle with because I'm the type of person who sometimes I can kind of tell you how I feel about stuff, but I don't like being the B word. I don't like being a hard person towards people. And sometimes people require you to be harder. And so I think it's just one of those situations where I just seriously need to be able to not hold myself. I need to be able to let people know that when I do come at somebody with the self-sabotaging they're doing, it's not coming from a place of negativity. It's coming from a place of support and having been there. And I think that's the biggest thing I just need to tell people when I am health coaching them is I've been in your shoes. I've done this before. I get where you're coming from. It's not the same, so I don't understand, but I get it. Like, there's a difference. And if anyone's ever had trauma, you totally understand what I say. I can't say I know how it feels because I can't. I don't know how you feel as a person, just like you can't tell me you know how I feel. You can understand that I would have certain feelings about a way, or I would have certain things that would affect me in a certain way. But you can't understand fully. And I hate when people say, oh, I understand, or you can't, we go like, oh, I know how that feels. No, you don't know how I feel. You might know how you might understand how you might feel in a similar situation, but you don't know how I feel directly. And it's like one of the things that, I really want to concentrate on going forward. So, making sure that my clients understand that I'm coming from a place of caring and a place of support and not a place of judgment. That's just something I'm working on right now. Just as, because I'm really not going to launch my health coaching. I am accepting clients right now, but I'm not going to do a full launch until January 1st. 2020 is going to be my year where I launch my business, and I will be launching with a 21-day cleanse. It's normally $150 for those cleanse programs. There's an app included, a Facebook group where we kind of go through recipes and different things you can do. And we give each other support and all that other kind of stuff. And just for the 2020 launch, I'm going to be doing that program at $50 a person. So I'm hoping to be able to help a lot of people start out the new year with a good elimination diet type cleanse where they can then slowly integrate foods back in and also do like I did and recognize the foods that are really affecting our weight loss or our ability to, bring down inflammation or joint pain, because inflammation causes a lot of joint pain. So there's a lot of things that can be that this cleanse can help with. And it's a great way to start the new year for sure. So that's something that I'm doing with that. But yeah, so I'm playing with Batman. See, it's my Batman. He usually hangs on my headphones when I teach, but he's been jumping off lately. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to launching fully in 2020. But I definitely feel like I have taken on a couple clients, and because they're kind of the early ones, I'm not charging the full rate for the program. But I know with the holidays, it's really hard to commit to doing some sort of weight loss. It's probably the worst time sometimes for people, but it may be also sometimes the best time. When you're learning how to change yourself, change your mindset, at least if you have a holiday where you're like, hey, this holiday I'm giving myself a day to just eat what I want, you could still have control over when you eat things you maybe aren't in your diet that works best for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I mean, it's important people to have those days where they just have whatever they want every once in a while. I don't do that just because for me, honestly, I've been doing this long enough that when I crave something, it's healthy and it's kind of ridiculous, but it's whatever. But anyhow, so that's my weigh in for this week. I'm actually probably, I just realized how long this has gone. Probably Monday in my week update, because I'm going to do this a little bit different for Mondays, and I'll explain that on Monday. I will put the recipe in Monday because this is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. But I did want to talk about that because I feel like it's super important, and I feel like maybe somebody might want to hear that this week. So, self sabotage is normal. The reason for it is because we have something that's, when we've got pain or anger or hurt, certain things we do are ways to protect ourselves. And it has an unhealthy outcome sometimes if we don't handle it the right way, but it can be overcome. So I'm going to try to vlog a little bit more during the week, so I give you a little bit more vlog footage on my Monday updates. Honestly, this week I haven't been doing a whole heck of a lot. I've been playing a lot of catch up on some of my courses I'm taking. I've been making some modifications, trying to learn how to make gluten-free breadsticks and trying to plan for Thanksgiving food that's healthier and then there's other stuff, like I said, that I can't talk about quite yet. Maybe in like a month, I'll be able to talk about it. I hope so, maybe. Well, hopefully by 2020, I can tell you some of the other stuff that's coming up. The 2020 launch is something that's been happening for a little bit. I wanted to make sure I felt comfortable and confident before fully launching my business as a health coach. Because I mean, one of my biggest fears, honestly, is people are going to look at me and be like, but you're fat. Why would you be my health coach? Yeah, I am fat, but I was fatter. And I've lost over 100 pounds in less than, like, what, 8-9 months. So, I mean, there's something to be said for the fact that I've succeeded in this way. And, yeah. So, I'm excited. And I got a thunderstorm outside, so we'll see what happens with that. I have a call with my Pampered Chef supervisor today. I have my Pampered Chef launch party starting tomorrow. I have a health coach support call tonight. So, like, we have people who've been health coaching for a while that we get free sessions to just call and bounce stuff off of them. And I have an event coming up in January that I'll talk about closer to January and other things. That's why I'm saying I have a lot of stuff going on I really can't talk about because I haven't confirmed my place in this January event yet, but I will be. But I need to know, I need some confidence in going into this type of event because it's something I've never done before and just see how things turn out. So, yeah, so that's what my call tonight is about. And then in a couple weeks I have another one. And I don't know what my topic will be then, but we'll see where I'm at with my training. I'm really close to being done with my health coaching part and moving into my life coaching part. Probably by next week I should be doing my life coaching classes. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.